Okay. Welcome. What's going on, guys? Bring here for you guys another live stream. We are here. It felt like it didn't take long at all, though it's been a hot minute. But we have arrived. Not yet, but to Moon. The final Black Ops 1 map. Obviously, we're playing on Black Ops 3, but you get the point. Moon... I have mixed feelings about Moon. Because... on one hand... we have to survive here. On one hand, you are literally going to the moon. And on the other hand, there's a lot of bad things that come with this. Right? I mean, between just some mechanics that they put in here to... hold on, let's... I guess we could actually... let's go ahead and just get... I was gonna say one more wave, but I think that is good enough to start. So here we are, Moon. A map that I have mixed feelings about, for sure. Both the mechanics side of things, as well as just everything, right? Because Black Ops 3 does it a little bit better with the, I guess, at least there being better weapons, and the astronaut seems like he does a little bit better job getting taken down. But for the most part, I don't know. I feel like Moon is... it takes a lot out of Shangri-La in the fact it's an Easter egg first map, right? And again, not a bad thing, right? That isn't... saying something's an Easter egg, like the priority of the map is the Easter egg. It's not saying it's a terrible map, right? Because obviously Black Ops 3 mostly is that, like, that point right there is, it's most of Black Ops 3 is Easter egg only. So we're gonna turn on power here.
I turned on the power. Oh,
so let's we go. Whoa! Oh, I thought we got hit from behind. Okay. But we're all good. I knew it was gonna start with that. I knew it. That's why I wasn't really trying to talk through, because I knew that was about to go all crazy like that. So, Moon, right? I mean, everything kind of leads up to this moment, right? And you have to take into account of what the map has, right? Because there's a lot to it, right? However, there's also a disappointing element with this map. And again, kind of takes off of like Shangri-La in the fact that really there's only a few memorable areas to it. Yes, you're on the moon, but this whole side of the map is forgettable. Spawn, forgettable. Oh, it's the, you can, to be fair, you can't just say it's the place, or I guess main spawn, like not Area 51 spawn. Your actual, oh, let me go do whatever, or like, yeah, Area 51 I don't consider spawn. The actual moon spawn, that is.
find ammunition.
Let's see if we can find this hacker as well. Just in case things come down to it. There. Oh yeah, Nova Crawlers. Kinda forgot about that guy. Are you?
Double points.
What? What happened? I think I got killed by Nova Juice. I don't even know. Whack-a-moles in the pepperonis here. So Moon. Right, I mean, like, what, also, like, what a beautiful shot from Earth. Or to Earth, I guess. So, why is Moon kinda in that weird spot for me, right? I mean, it should be solid, right? I mean, you have a fair amount of training spots for yourself. Area 51 pretty much grants you as much ammo as you want for as many points as you really want. You know, like there's no really limitation of staying there or doing anything else in Area 51, right? So like, you know, all these things again sound good, right? You would think, oh, if you can go to a place and not worry about, as long as you have the ammo, you can get however many points you want. You know, it would kind of make it seem like, oh, this place would be the spot that, oh wait, we didn't even grab that max ammo. I thought we grabbed that. That's interesting.
Time for more death.
Okay, and I believe that's last zombie. So, here's what we're about to do. Here's what we're about to do. We out here. We do that. And now that we have a max ammo, let's go ahead and rally up some zombies, shall we? Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. What's that? Very nice. So, like, if you don't know Moon, right, this spot right here can either get you to a solid round because of how many points you can rack up, or you could potentially not even get to round 1 because you're idiot teammates, right? Or just being yourself. You might not be able to get to round whatever. Or to wherever you want to be, I should more so. Because obviously there's a certain point where you're just like, you kind of cut your losses in a way of ammo and all that, and you just say, okay, whatever. Let's just, you know, go back and, you know, go from there, right? You know, at a certain point, it's just not worth kind of dealing with all these zombies, the dogs, all this stuff, right? At a certain point, there is that well, let's go ahead and go back, I guess.
Jumping is much more exciting.
Now that we have plenty of points. Again, round 5, you get whatever you want at this point. It is Moon is a, like, again, it's a weird map because it takes the easiness, but then it's also a difficult map at the same time because, like, things aren't really, I guess, given to you, but at the same time you can get whatever points you really want. You know, like, it's a weird kind of system if you think about it. Because, again, you would think with just how, like, the map itself, you would think it would be like, I don't even, like, I don't really know what the right word I'm kind of going for here. Let's go grab stamina. Wow, we could potentially do the Easter egg.
That digging thingy is going to fuck us up.
Let's try to find the hacker now.
But he's still dead.
Oh, no. See, I feel like I would enjoy the hacker a bit more if there was, like, just like a handful of spots for it.
Nothing can withstand the super skills of our Tofu.
However,
More! I need more!
I hear you.
This is all.
This is I think the biggest issue right here is the fact you make something that you pretty much have to use.
The doctor is almost out of splints.
Maybe if we get everything, we might do the Easter egg. Maybe. Isn't it supposed to say time though? I thought it's supposed to say in like 60 seconds.
I shall medicate my patient.
It should be going any second now. Which one is that one? To stop. That's the other thing, is some of these stations are flat. Oh, there it is. Alright, we just got a minute. Just got a minute for it to do this. But let's get back to Moon, right? And we're gonna just go ahead and start with just how the gameplay goes throughout a typical Moon game, right? So you spawn in, and let's just give it the benefit of doubt. You go ahead and knock out, like, you do like a couple zombies. You maybe, we're just gonna say a straight solo game here, right? You go ahead, take out a few zombies, maybe do one train because they're still like getting knocked out with your M1911, whatever. Maybe you still try and knife a couple, and then eventually you just go ahead and teleport, right? So you don't get a crazy amount of points, but you get enough, if that makes sense. Well, a little bit better than what you would do on normal round one, really. Hack this?
Oh, that was close! I have a better one. Nine! Yeah! Good for...
And there is that. There's that.
Save child! We must kill it!
Alright. A little Burnham. A little Burnham action.
More! Give me more! Okay, listen.
The fact that I guess I should have I know I have to play Simon Says. This is actually kind of crazy though. I want Speed Cola anyway, so we'll teleport. There's that.
Oh, the rush is invigorating! I play your games no more!
Throw that down real quick.
Oh, I love the looks of this!
Guess we can kind of hold out here. Because we do need enough for, to hit box.
Drink your pain!
So again, I guess is all fine. We're gonna be getting rid of this weapon anyway.
Vengeance! His head is gone!
We're fine.
Oh, the glorious blood! That was strange.
Lots of points. Alright, now I just want to make sure we save a zombie so we can go ahead and do Samantha Says.
Double points.
Doubles the pain. Again,
Insta-kill.
Huh? You last then, Mr. Zombie? I would say so. I don't know which one was green. Red, green, blue, yellow. Dude. Red, green, yellow, yellow, red. Red, green. Yellow.
I think we should do something about the digging thing. What that is, I have no idea.
Red, green, yellow, yellow. There we go.
Oh, his death was shine.
Alright, we gotta get the hacker again now. Hang on. Let's actually, because based off of where we're at, we're kind of cruising on this Easter egg right now. Let me grab the Moon Easter egg cheat sheet form I got, which is somewhere around here. Let's get your eyes in. Aha! The Moon Easter egg. Alright, let's see here. Power, Samantha says. Okay, so we need the QED, and then we also need to hack the, what is it,
All I have left is my knife.
all the buttons and stuff.
There will be blood. The blood will be everywhere.
ICR is good.
This vril shall yield to me their seat. This is all dipshit fault. I hate
Alright, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Oh, those guys should give you something, dude. I'm sorry. People may disagree with me on that one. Alright. Let's go ahead and train these guys up, and then we'll try for, these labs? Or actually, no, forget the, forget what I just said there. I have to go do the, hacking of the panels. Which, wait, what do I have to do with that? Oh, I have to hack one of the red panels. One of the red. Which one is it? Are you, dude? Just the hate, man. I hate it so much, dude. I thought Speed Cola was supposed to. I thought both Speed Cola and Quick or Stamina was supposed to make that faster.
Must get to air.
Oh. And the zombies, man, always so aggressive, dude.
Good for Georgia.
Probably one of the worst things about this, man.
This is all.
Is just the fact that you can't hold.
I hate pie.
You can't hold both the hacker, such a crucial part. in the map.
Revive this
And
animals.
like the fact that you can't hold the one of the most crucial things
Dipshit.
in the game, and it just makes no sense that you can't hold both. I feel like that's my issue with it. About this whole thing is it doesn't make sense why you can't.
Out of splints.
We're gonna try making a crawler.
The doctor is almost out of splints.
I also need to. I also need to grab that. Well, that happened. Let's go ahead and
9 air. Good for Georgia.
I guess go back to here to grab this.
I do need a juggernaut.
This, I think the other thing that could have been beneficial is after the second time that you make it, so you go through kind of like one full cycle of it. Like, if you go through one full cycle of Moon, meaning you go pretty much back to Area 51 after your initial time, I think there should be...
9 air. Good for Georgia.
I think Double Tap might be better
Still dead.
than Speed Cola. Despite me really... I need to make a crawler, though. That's what I... Oh.
A stumpy one for me.
Two crawlers better than one.
Stay away.
Come, little crawlers. Come on. Come on. Let us find the hacker again. Always sucks to try finding this thing.
Very good. All their data belong to me.
Security system activated. Access denied. Security system breached.
Huh?
System files accessed.
Time to die.
Files accessed. Unauthorized. 50 seconds. Access denied.
Nice. Ah. Alright, so hold on. We're up to the point where we just need to...
The doctor is almost out of splints.
We need this guy. But now we just need QEDs.
Such a beautiful tour of death. Space child! We must kill it!
We're honestly... As much as I don't think we're supposed to have fun on them right now, kind of enjoying it.
Oh, I'll be able to expect their voice. One to the head, one to the chest.
Okay. Mostly because we might complete the Easter egg. I know we do have quite a bit to kind of still go on with right now, but I mean, I feel like we're in a good spot. That's for sure. I mean, round 11, we do need the wave gun as well as QEDs. But it's over by spawn. How is this not activated yet, dude? Again, this is... Okay, let's talk about that. While we're going around here, let's just kind of talk a little bit about Moon. Right? Because the gameplay, I feel... It's okay. Like, the issue that really comes with the gameplay is the fact the hacker, one, is not available to all players, and two is the fact that it replaces your spacesuit, right? So two big things that, again, I don't think have any correlation with one another. It was over here, right? Yeah. So two things that literally have no correlation with one another affect your game dramatically, dude. And I don't like it. Like, I feel like the hacker has so much, I guess, potential to be one of the best equipment to ever be in the game. But then you make it... What's our zap gun? But then you make it to the point of you can't use it unless you get rid of your spacesuit. Which, again, there's plenty of good training, or like decent training areas that I guess warrant using. I mean, but here's the thing: if you're training, you're set up already, meaning you don't need the hacker anymore. You know, like, does that make sense? Like, the hacker is kind of more for brokies in a way, like people that can't afford doors, people can't, like, if you have your spacesuit on, like, you get access to way more of the map. And I feel like that's the other thing, is if there was another way to get, like, to deny the excavators, or if I think the excavators should have been an Easter egg only thing, and they really just should have been decompression, meaning like you would need the spacesuit to get through it. but not drill all the way into it to where you can die and prevent you from going through Tunnel 11 or Tunnel 6. I don't believe that in that at all. It should have literally been 2 spots that, like, just like the biodome, it decompresses it, and then that's really about it. Like, it just does that, and that's it. It's not, it doesn't ruin your entire game because you didn't undo the excavator. Like, I feel like that is such, like, a big problem with Moon, is the 2 things that you truly, I guess, need in the game are both limited to you because of just the developers' hate for the player. I don't know. If every player, like, I feel like if make the one hacker available to only I don't even know where that was, or where that box location is. Is it over here? It looked like it was straight, but it wasn't the one on the other side, was it? No, it is right here. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought it was over here. I honestly thought it was over by power. We're just waiting. We're just trying to get QEDs now. But you take 2, like, again, the hacker, I don't think is game breaking by any means. Like, I don't think by getting the hacker do you feel overpowered and like, yes, like, I'm like the best. You don't. Like, it's not as though you run up to something and it's like, boom, hacked. It's no, like, you have to, like, literally sit there beep, 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 and, like, you have to hack the thing. Now, I think an easy way for them to do this is literally just make it a different equipment. Like, that's all you had to do. Like, how you can switch the zap gun into the other thing. Like, just make it... There we go. Quantum entanglement devices.
My creations be used against me.
Exactly what we needed. The fact that you need them for literally, like... Let's do this first, and then we'll focus on one thing at a time here. Okay. So it made a freaking turret, dude. Alright, QED. Computers. Oh wow, okay, we're already on. Oh wait, did we already do? I don't think we did, Oh yeah, we don't have to do that part yet. So now we have to do this computer.
Login, Teddy. Password is a liar. I'm not, but that's why no one would guess it.
I know you just gotta, like, literally just keep type or keep pressing this thing until what? That's the other thing. Computer interacting, pick up golden rod. Okay, so it's whenever we can pick this up. That's literally the next step. Keep typing away. This is the other thing, dude, is Black Ops 3, it's like so hard to make crawlers. So it's like, unless you have a horde of zombies and then throw a couple grenades at them. But the days of just like... Like, look at that, dude. I literally have to juke the zombies out of his hands. Almost die doing it.
No matter. Time to charge up the Casimir mechanism. Carry someone.
Hello? Did I do this? I thought you still have to pick up the goldenrod. My guy might still be typing. I don't know. Let me bring the zombie, like, literally all the way over here. So I want to hear if my guy's typing or not. Yes, he is. I would like to try making a crawler, but... Again, I don't want to just flip the round right now. I hate you, zombie. So much hate. I really want to try making a crawler. Should I try making a crawler out here?
What is happening? Scanning for hacksaws.
Huh. Oh, Mom.
Get into the machine.
Come on. Come on.
No matter.
Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I literally hate it. I tried switching my... we love it. Tried switching it to the... Dude, this part takes forever, bro.
You should never have kept the DG2 from production. You should never have tried to steal the plan for the MTD.
Stop the madness, Edward. We were supposed to help the human condition, not destroy
Alright.
Indeed. And now you are dead. And your little girl is going to be next. She is the source of madness, not I.
Oh, Mom. Can we, like... When I say I literally, like... I like this step because, like, you literally get to hear an interaction with, like, Maxis and Richtofen. But it takes so freaking long, bro.
And delete. Goodbye, Dr. Maxis.
Security override active.
Okay. couple things first. Let's go open this up. Going to need to do this anyway. I think the next one is Speed Cola. So what we're going to do is actually grab Double Tap first. Okay. With all that done, keep your eye on the birdie. Dude, some of the spots this thing hits into, man. Huh? Very nice. That one, oh, this whole side, dude, makes me tweak. Always forget where this one goes, bro. Dude, chill out, zombie. Like, seriously, bro. Where did this one go? Why do I suck, man? It's still in here, though, right? Why am I struggling so hard here? Oh? I hit it! Gotta count for something. Huh? Oh my god, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, what do we have to do here? Shoot with the wave gun and satellite, follow empties. Do I have to? I forgot what I have to do here. Do I have to QED it? I'm so confused. Oh, I just gotta hit the lever. No? What am I missing here? Do I have to Gersh it? Why am I being stupid here? Insert Gordon Rob. Computer and spawn. Dude. Zombie. Chill, bro. What am I missing? There's something else I'm supposed to be doing here?
Oh no, I need
I don't think so, right? Well...
Oh, his death was silent. What just is dead?
I don't know what I'm missing there. Like... Seriously, I have no idea. Because we did everything else.
Stop talking to me!
So let's go, little knife for Rooskies here.
Their pain is so erotic.
At least for what we can do.
Your face offend.
Do we need a Gersh device it? I'm literally so confused. I'm literally like so confused right now. And we don't need Gersh devices yet. I think we still need QEDs if I'm not mistaken. Like follow to MED. Well, let's... I need to get Jug anyway.
Face your death.
So let's get enough for that. And maybe a little bit more. I mean, I don't think we need... Yeah, let's just... Because...
I can skip and jump like a little girl again.
Stupid astronaut, man. I seriously have... I don't have any idea what I'm missing here. I put the goldenrod in. I'm trying to go through everything here and see what I might be missing. Did that stop working? That's interesting. Because that was done. You put your left foot in, you put your right foot out. Then you float away and you done killed yourself. You do the moon Easter egg and apparently not. Do we have to rehack those panels? We completed that step though. We're waiting for this thing to unlock so we can go run and grab Jug. And then we'll try the panel again. I don't know what we're missing. We tried QEDing the pyramid. I don't know what we're missing on this Easter egg, dude. That's the issue. You got Zap Gun? I do have Zap Gun. I tried, I wave gunned it as well. Like, I'm literally lost on, like, what else. I already did Samantha Says. I shot the ball over there. But I thought it's supposed to land on the pyramid. Or, like, inside of it. Not just on it. That's why I don't know if the... I never knew if the, what's it called? The little panels things, if they expire. I've never seen that before. But maybe. We literally have to just wait for this thing. We were doing so good, too. I mean, it's round 13, dude. We already have QEDs. We did the Gersh device step, and we did the QEDs as well. Do I have a newer? Because I thought QED panels on ground. I already did that. I just want to see if I have a different Easter egg guide for this. I don't think I do, but I thought I redid it. Yes, I'm going through all the Easter eggs out here. Yeah, no, I do not. Other than the one I have on hand right now, I do not have any other Easter egg guide for Moon. We might have to pull up a Codename Pizza video midstream here to figure out what we're doing wrong. But first, like I said, I want to go get Jug, and then I want to try those panels again. Just for whatever reason, if they expired, I don't really know. How long does this thing take, broski? Goodness. Hopefully they make it home. Gabe gets zapped. Gabe is approximately, like, there. Give or take a few miles. Give or take a few miles. I know this thing's not round-based. This is ridiculous, bro. is again, it's another thing with Moon that's irritating. It's one thing that you have to have every single player on the platform in order to teleport, but it's another thing the fact that how long this freaking thing takes. I don't believe it's. I don't think it's round based. I could have sworn it's not. Oh wait, what? How? We've already been streaming for an hour. Dang. Exact hour 1 minute. We'll give it 1 more minute. I don't know how long we've been waiting for this thing to open, but and I also want to just check the panels by quick revive to make sure that they did teleport. Because can I jump past this thing still? No, like it cages. That's the other dumb thing. Is like that's your one form of get back to spawn or anything like that quickly, and you block all that up. It's one thing if you block the teleporter. Alright, yeah. That's so stupid, dude. Round based or not, like just stupid. Because we definitely have. Yeah, like why is that not opened? That's the interesting part right there. Is why. Let me see. So that you can't get by that, because this is technically where the quick revive machine is. But yeah, the panels are gone. Do I need a... I don't know. I don't think I need the Gersh device, or yeah, I don't think I need Gersh devices yet. Because I thought you need... Unless you do. No, because this should... That's still locked. Or is... Yeah, that's definitely still locked, yeah. I'm just curious on if... Does all this need to be rehacked? I just don't know what the point of that would be then. First, let's find the hacker. Oh, Doug. Find the hacker first. And it's 500 million locations. I don't even know. Zombies irritating me. I think that was just a barricade. Yeah. Hacker? Hey, we made a crawler, boys. Let's go.
Their noob treachery will come to an end.
I guess we'll... What?
This will do, but not as fashionable as I like. Doctor, it's almost...
PEF active.
Or you know what? Isn't... Wait. I literally hate these zombies, bro. I'm such an idiot, dude. They literally, there's 4 of them. And there's that. Okay. That's still not up and running. Therefore, we are going to need that, though. So, let's go ahead. Guess it would be better to go ahead and use this, because this is what we're going to be packing.
My patience is at an end. You were my patience. Oh, it makes my hair stand on end. Oh, my hair.
Okay, is this thing gonna, like, unlock yet, or, like, what? So it looks like, alright, it should be unlocking here in, like, a few seconds, I guess? Maybe? I don't understand this, man. Why does that take that thing so long to do anything? Like, the third thing took... The third thing, like, took, like, 10 seconds, maybe. There we go. After 500 years, the thing has finally opened.
Do damn thing is a big fat stupid dull hunk of meat. Do damn thing sucks. This inflation is killing me.
Beautiful. Alright, so we should be fine now. Everything should be good. And we can start the... Next step of the Easter egg. Finally. What? Oh. I was about to be very, very mad if this did not work, dude. Alright, either way, we need a max ammo. Because eventually we're going to have to QED. Eventually we're going to have to QED this. But then we have to get Gersh devices again. The amount of care I have for Biodome is 0. Why? Don't even know why that's an option, dude.
This is going to be so much fun. Finally, we can confront this thing. Quickly, power up the machine.
Little girl. Again, we need a max ammo anyway. Want to try utilizing this as much as possible. I would like to try getting these back ones first. Would have been nice to get a fire sale a little later, but it's fine. That is not done yet. But we're okay. We're fine. We don't even have Biodome opened up, dude. We're done. We love zero gravity, dude. Freaking, how did they... I'm jumping over their head, dude. Are you kidding me? Stupid, man. Absolutely stupid. But let's talk about it, right? Because freaking Moon, man. Freaking Moon. There's some things that Moon got right. A lot of things they got wrong. And we're going to talk about it. Because now we get into the breakdown of the map. JFK said in 1961, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth. And then we have Moon, of course. You know, after JFK and stuff dies and kind of gone with the zombies overloading them. However, we get into the point where we critique Moon now, right? We try really talking about that Moon, you got to kind of focus a little bit. We had some downfall early on as well with some just stupid things that happen. I mean, we go all the way... Did we end recording? Okay. We go all the way back to our very first down where literally these stupid Nova Crawlers blow up and kill us pretty much, which I just think is stupid. Nova Crawlers have no reason to be on the moon, let alone there's no like hint at them. It'd be cool if like you saw containers of them floating and like their origin story of like, hey, they messed with the QED or something like that, and that's how they got to Earth. You know, have some kind of tie with Kino in a way of, hey, they teleported, but throughout the entanglement of time, they lost that teleportation power and instead just made them kind of explosive, if that makes sense. So, like, there could have been a cool correlation with a lot of this stuff, but there wasn't. There was no really detail with them. They're just like, we need kind of a boss zombie since the astronaut really isn't a boss zombie. I think that here's another thing is so this I think would have been better, right? Okay, and hear me out about this. Instead of the astronaut spawning in, right, like some madman, you get the alert of ascension, right? Like breach in the atmosphere, whatever. And again, this is just the intercom, like warning, space, like. Maybe like outside force incoming at Tunnel 6, you know? And it's a little space pod, right? That crashes into Earth essentially, and there comes out the spaceman. You make him a little beefier, you know, you make him more of a threat. Like, hey, I opened this area, and now that you turn on power, it's like, oh, like airflow systems, events, all that stuff activated. And then like radar detecting also activated, currently scanning for outside forces. No, or any like interruptions, right? And instead of these excavators even being a thing, you have these space probes hitting these areas and being like, warning, this guy spawned in. And maybe you make it to where, I don't know, he turns off the, like, I don't even know, maybe turns off power, like, something along the lines of, like, he's going somewhere and, like, you need to stop him, like, now, in a way, like, whether it's power, whatever, because then your perks don't get taken away, but they deactivate, you know, like, something along those lines where it's like, this guy spawned in, I need to go fight him. And there's not 20 of them, or another one spawning in every round, whatever it is. You use them as excavators. I think that would have been great. Some other force of using these astronauts rather than spawning in and that's it. Astronauts literally could care less about them. They waste your ammo for no reason. They don't really provide anything other than like a little thunder wall, I guess, for zombies, which is a good and bad thing. But again, like not needed at all. And they don't really add anything to the atmosphere. They're not scary, they're anything like that. They have a red name above them. That's about as scary as they get. They don't add anything to it. Nova Crawler is kind of the same thing. They're just annoying. I mentioned the fact that you're on the moon, you have 0 gravity, and you think you jumped over zombies, which would be awesome if you can do it. Oh wait, the zombies also just like hit your toes, and apparently that kills you? That's just what happened to us. But again, the 0 gravity, it's irritating. There's some fun moments with it. Like, I get it, you're on the moon, but like, it's also very irritating. So let's talk about atmosphere and Easter egg, right? And this is a serious critique on Moon's Easter egg, as well as atmosphere. Because on one point you start at Area 51, which is just, well, Groom Lake, which is just, like, really cool. And then you go to the moon, right? The concept of that idea is awesome, right? Like, I think if this was, like, I mean, I guess it is a grading system, we would probably be in terms of mid-90s with that concept. You start at Area 51 and you make your way to the moon. They dropped that ball. They did. And here's why. Area 51, you should have spawned there on round 1. Right? Round 1, you spawn in, a few zombies come in. The first door you open should literally be the spot that has the teleporter. That should be your first door. 500 points or whatever, like, you know, maybe you make it 1,000. I don't know, like, you make it some kind of thing where it's like, okay, if I stay here, I can pack a punch. Like, pack punch is right there, but I also see possibly my salvation, right? And I think it would bring a lot more people to understand, like, oh, I need to teleport. Not just assuming that everything's just here. The progression of it. And I like the fact that you can point horde, things like that, prior to round 1, pretty much. I just don't think it was the right time to do it. Now, if this was a sub game, and it was like, hey, survive in this bare bones map, whatever, I would play it. Like, a lot of people would play it just for the experience of trying to get what they can in that Area 51. And literally, you could just call it, like, Area 51, you know, outbreak or something. I don't know, something along those lines. But I think it'd be cool to have your first sub-map on this. Because obviously Moon came with this, as well as the original 4 maps as well, of Nacht, Verrückt, Shinonuma, and Darius, all with this DLC as well as introducing Mule Kick for all the other Black Ops 1 maps. So Moon did quite a bit with that thing, but we're kind of getting off topic here. Back to the atmosphere portions of things. Area 51 feels great for solo players and a nightmare for anyone else. Especially when it comes to randoms, because again, Little Timmy bought this map as well. Little Timmy got all the DLCs, dude. Little Timmy is a great man. And you spawn in with Little Timmy, and you and your friend understand the fact that you want to rally up some points, but you know Little Timmy's a noob, so you assume that maybe he's just going to jump on the teleporter and like, hey, let's just play zombies in a way. Like, let's not do anything crazy. We know we're 2 guys and then another random Little Timmy here. You know, because Timmy doesn't have a mic, of course. You know, he has a mic, but he doesn't know how to turn it on and all that stuff. His dad doesn't let him use his mic. Is pretty much what normally happens. So, you and your friend go to the teleporter saying, okay, like, come on, Little Timmy, like, you're not good, right? Like, we know you're not good. Just get on the teleporter and let's keep going here. But Little Timmy decides, I'm great. I'm going to train these zombies. I'm going to get, like, 50,000 points. I'm going to open up the whole map and everything's good. But Little Timmy goes down. Because now what happens, right? When Little Timmy goes down, does that automatically make it to where, as long as the other players aren't teleport, they can teleport and Little Timmy insta-dies? No. Little Timmy has to completely bleed out in order for those 2 players that still have to be on the teleporter at the same time to be teleported. That's... I can't even tell you guys how dumb of an idea that is, because in a sense, when little Timmy goes down, you all pretty much go down, because as soon as he goes down, you have to, if you're not, and your immediate reaction is that I gotta run straight off this platform and start training these zombies again, you're dead. Like, if you hesitate for a split second, you're done for. And the only reason why I say that is because I've been on both sides of that, where I saw someone go down and be like, okay, what's my plan of action? Do I kind of let the zombies come up here and try to train them around? Or, hey, the guy goes down and I know immediately I gotta jump out there and pretty much take over his train. And might not be able to get him, but at least I can just keep training the zombies, not kill them. Just keep training them, and then once he bleeds out, I can teleport myself. I've been on both sides of that thing, and honestly, all three sides of dying on co-op, to being the survivor, to trying to survive and die. Been on all three of those, that triangle there. So, even though it's a cool spawn and concept of spawn, it drops the ball for co-op players once again, right? Co-op players once again are ruined. Like, it's a ruined experience because of little Timmy, right? But now you get to the moon, right? And it's gray, which takes direct correlation to Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead, it is what it is. You know it's going to be foggy. You know it's going to be kind of bland. It's Siberia. Like, it's literally like just a frozen tundra of a map that is going to be gray and whites and browns occasionally for things that aren't just completely frozen solid. And there's a ship, you know, it's gray, obviously. Like, that all makes sense, right? The moon is a similar thing. Only difference is it's a freaking research facility, and you don't feel like it at all, right? Like, you spawn in to moon, and like your first thing is, okay, you gotta grab this, you know, helmet, which again makes you feel like an astronaut in a way. Like, you put your helmet on, you're like, cool. Now you're like, everything's kind of toned down. You feel like everything just kind of compressed in a way, like, you know, it's quieter. Like, your guy, you know, you can't hear him as well. All that, like, both internal and external sounds are dimmed. All that stuff. It's a little dimmer as well, just as a map as well. But you go through the map, and this is the issue with it, is the defining areas are Area 51 and the pyramid, right? And the pyramid makes sense. But at the same time, it's really not. Because you can just as easily run right past it as you have to, like, admire it. You know, like, I think what could have been better is, for whatever reason, right? And just imagine this for a sec. You know, Moon is pretty cluttered. Like, it's a research facility. You tell, like, people have been there kind of trying to do stuff, all that stuff. It's cluttered, it's messy. But then you get down to the pyramid. And for whatever reason, you turn on power, you turn that little corner of all those generators, and it's just like a perfectly shined floor, right? And then on top of that is literally just the pyramid. I mean, it's resting on it. It's not like towering above or anything, but it's just a completely waxed shine, purely perfect. Almost like if something were to try to put like dust or some other like garbage on there, it would like literally like just vanish. Like, it should just look purely like this is not normal, right? And yes, a pyramid with, you know, eventually we'll find out as soul boxes, or soul canisters on each corner, but a pyramid with like two, or like the corners kind of edged out with some weird, you know, like writing on it, the vril or goldenrod device that can be inserted in it, obviously brings all these questions, and we'll talk about the Easter egg here in a second. But it kind of, again, they kind of take a little bit of a page out of Ascension, where something so important is also so easily just run right past, right? Just like Ascension with their giant rocket that's supposed to be you launch it and you get to Pack-a-Punch. It's kind of tucked in a corner. Doesn't really, like, other than just the fact it's a pyramid, and in the zombies world, we just haven't seen just a random geometrical thing just chilling there. There's nothing else with it, because again, it's black and grays and browns that match Moon, so there's no other difference with it, right? The cool thing with, and they took a page with Call of the Dead with this one, is when it opens and it's all of a sudden it becomes this like crazy white blue brilliant kind of Samantha emerging from it. It kind of takes a page out of Call of the Dead when you finish the foghorns and stuff, and you see the light, the green light that also goes down the lighthouse. Is that like immediate contrast, and obviously just the opening of the pyramid and the fact that any kind of color comes out of the pyramid, and the fact that then that later turns into Samantha is a whole different thing as well, or a whole top crazy thing as well. But it kind of takes a little reference from Call of the Dead of that contrast of experience of the atmosphere and colors. Right? So, other than that, though, so you have the pyramid that, again, is kind of tucked in a corner, looks the same, all that stuff, which I get. Ominous, if you don't know about Easter eggs and stuff, you don't really have to worry about it. It's on the way, whatever. The biodome, again, is cool, but there's nothing, it feels the same. There's no corner that looks like, wow, like, that's crazy. I think if they could have had, like, some cool plants, maybe even reference things from like Shangri-La, or like, I'm trying to think of the other maps here, but there really weren't brilliant maps, really, but maybe even like plants from Shinonuma, or I don't know, just something along those lines where it'd be like, wow, that's pretty cool, like that they're growing this stuff at the moon, but it's all just plants, and you open it up and you expect plants, and you don't really care about it. There's not much to it. Like, yeah, there's some like tree stuff and whatever. Like, it's cool that they're being able to grow stuff in this giant biodome. But also, I think my other issue is you don't have to go in the biodome. We didn't go in the biodome once that entire game, and we would never have to go into the biodome unless you needed the box, right? It's something that's so crucially, like, it's literally if you divide the map into, I guess, the 3 areas that the excavators can excavate, you literally have the biodome, Tunnel 6, Tunnel 11. Literally, like, 3 parts of the map. You would think the biodome would have some significance with the Easter egg, anything like that. How cool would it be is if, like, you had to, like, jump and shoot something while you're jumping from like pad to pad, like there could have been something else that they could have done to do something in the biodome. I don't care if you have to go in there and pick a plant, like do something in the biodome to actually make us have to go in there, especially when it comes down to the Easter egg. So the biodome, again, it's a cool concept, but it's very forgettable in a way because there's nothing interesting about it. And then you obviously have that view here. Obviously, you have a kind of different perspective about it, but you do get to see the Milky Way and Earth as well as even just half the U.S. as well as some other parts of other countries and stuff, which I think is awesome. I think the worst thing about it, though, is, again, it's a beautiful view, all that stuff. But when you're running around the map, you don't remember anything else. Everything's just copy and paste. The 3, you have the laboratory or whatever where the Nova crawlers kind of spawn from, and then you have the 2 other, where you go down the little, or the kind of bigger set of stairs, and there's that little set of stairs before you go down into where the pyramid's at, right? Like there's that kind of elevation element to it. Those first two rooms are like exactly the same. There's nothing different about them other than one has double tap. That's it. And then the top one, again, is just junk everywhere, and that's about it. Like, it feels just messy. Like, it's one thing if you're expecting it in a way, but you would think they would have some of their crap together up here, dude. Like, it'd be... I don't even know what the excuse would be for all this to be like this, man. Like, I truly do not understand it. So we have to get a ranking for this, but obviously we do have to transition to the Easter egg, right? Obviously, we're going to point out a few of the good things. Samantha Says, I think is a brilliant idea for an Easter egg step. It's... you have to remember a certain pattern for it. You have to, react to it. Again, you have to remember the previous pattern and all that. And then you have to repeatedly do this. Issue with it is just the space that you're in with it. Using the wonder weapon / wonder items, I guess you could call them, being the Gersh device and QEDs. Again, I love the fact that you have to use specific items during Easter eggs. Bad side to this, RNG is a freaking pain in the butt, and there should be different ways to get these items. At least, maybe the QEDs. Or, there should be a portion of this step where you have to use the Gersh device on one thing. Or I guess, so... this is what I wanted to say. So, like, let's say... How do I want to put this? In a way, at a certain step, so maybe after the pyramid is done, or whatever, you have a QED and a Gersh device, right? Or a Gersh device, right? One of those can do that step. So, I know you have to use Gersh device to get the panels from that to the teleporter, right? You teleport, and then from there, you should be able to, like, use either the Gersh devices to teleport the, what is it, like the rock or whatever, to Samantha Says. Or use the QEDs for that. Like, no, that's not what I want. So I'm trying to think of where in the steps that they could potentially do this. But my premise of saying this is essentially if you get the Gersh devices or QEDs first, you can roll with the Easter egg up to a certain point, and then use the other, like almost having two paths of the Easter egg, one that needs QEDs and the other one that needs a Gersh device. And once you use those QEDs, like maybe twice, maybe you need to use it twice, you don't need the Gersh device in between any of those steps. Meaning you can get the QEDs first, complete the steps that you need with them, never have to use QEDs again. You used it for the Gersh device. Use it. You do it, whatever you have to do, maybe once or twice. And then you're done with Gersh devices. And then if you choose to rock QEDs from that point on, or Gersh devices from that point on, is completely up to you, right? After that, like, I think the whole fact of having the Gersh device, you have to QED the pyramid at the end, and then you also have to, throw the Gersh device at the summoning key kind of thing, looking like the orb, whatever. Those two steps are stupid because it's like you just use the QED for like these panels, which again I don't really know where they go, but so you use the QEDs for that, you use the QEDs again for that, and then you have to get the Gersh devices again. But you already got the Gersh devices previously, so again you're risking RNG, and RNG just it sucks, dude. It could be really good to you, or it could really suck. And I think the fact that you need those two things as well as the zap gun really hurts your experience. I like the fact that you need the zap gun. I don't get, like, there should be a better animation with it of using the zap gun on the satellite, but again, I don't really see the point of this others. Like, the QEDs just seem like it's a random event thing, kind of similar to Gersh devices. So I almost would rather you could use this or that. And then it's two different paths, maybe. Is, hey, if you choose to use 3 Gersh devices for this path, this is the steps you need to take. If you get the QEDs, this is the steps you need to take. Both lead to getting the ball to Samantha, you know? And, like, completing the Easter egg and all that. Maybe you need a max ammo after you release Samantha, but then you need to use the QEDs, like, 2 more times, or Gersh devices 2 more times to finish the Easter egg. I think the fact that you have to get Gersh device, then QED, then Gersh device again, is just stupid. Or just the fact that I wish you could just buy the QEDs. It's one thing that you have to get Gersh devices twice then, but at least the QEDs take away the RNG. You can just buy them. And don't put them in the box either. Make them to where you have to buy them. And that way, the Gersh devices are the only, like, special item you can get from the box. You use them, run, grab the QEDs, use those, run back, or get the Gersh devices from box again. That way, all you're requiring is 2 things. And I think you can go without the zap gun even being a thing, or make it an actual cool step. And maybe use it to where you have to use it more than once in the Easter egg. That's another thing that I would say you would have to add to it. So, but the wave gun in itself, I think fits the map really well. I love the little ding, you know, it literally cooks the zombies from inside out like a microwave and pops them, you know, just like popcorn. It's great. The Easter egg, though, I think is overhyped, right? Because everyone looks at what happens. You switch souls with Richtofen, right? And then, or Samantha switched souls with Richtofen. And then Max just says, you're not going to get away with this because screw your planet, pretty much. Like, I'm blowing up the moon, or the Earth. And it's a crazy resolution for Black Ops 1, right? And people are tunnel visioned on those 2 elements of it. And they forget the rest of the Easter egg. And again, we mentioned the RNG, but like Samantha says, I think is good. RNG aspects of everything is kind of bad. The things that you have to do with the RNG, Gersh device random panels, QED those panels as well, and then you have to QED the orb, then you have to Gersh device the orb. What? Like, I feel like all those things, like, you should have been able to just, like, I don't know, pick up these things? I don't know. Like, do something else with it, maybe, that makes it kind of worth it. It just seems silly compared to the other Easter egg steps of really any other map. Like, Shangri-La had some cool steps. Call the Dead had, I think, amazing steps with it. But then you go to Moon, and it's like some of the steps just are whack. Like, chasing the ball around, I love it. I wish there was a little bit better lighting for some of the things, but that's also why you have to keep an eye on it to know where it stops, right? So I love that step. I love the soul filling up step. Like, I feel like it's really, like really cool. I wish the zombie spawns were a little bit better. Again, I think if you had a nice finished floor around the pyramid, one, it would bring a lot more, like, if it was, like, pitch black, right? And I wish it oversaw, like, it wasn't above the teleporter, but I wish it was above the sky and literally mirrored the sky on the platform. It was, like, that clean. Like, that would be awesome, dude. But, so you have, like, okay, where was I at here? So you have the ball that goes in pyramid, all, like, the soul filling, which, again, is awesome. And then after that, where did my I was gonna say, where'd my moon Easter egg? Uber Eats guy, hi. Hello, how are you doing? Hopefully you did not Uber Eat today. Or maybe you drive for Uber Eats? Is there a meaning behind your name, my man? That's my main question. Other than how are you doing? So after you switch souls with Samantha, you literally just Gersh device or QED the pyramid, play Samantha Says, and Gersh device the ball. And that's the Easter egg. Like finishing the Easter egg wise. Again, you rely on RNG and a previous step that you did to finish it all off. I don't agree with that. And I already mentioned, or I haven't mentioned yet, but in the gameplay that I played previously, I mentioned the computer step is great, but too long. It's too long of a step, especially on solo. It literally should be, you place the thing, you type it once, they get an interaction, you type, you run back over there, you press it again, and it's like, access denied, and Maxis is like, no, what are you doing in here? I'll bypass you. You go again. Maybe there's another conflict, like, oh, Maxis, like, you can never stop me. Then you go one more time, and it's like, access denied, or access granted, and you grab the golden rod, and you're out. Not... access denied. What are you doing, Richtofen? Oh, just typing. Because I got a zombie breathing down my neck right now. I'm trying to hack this stupid computer. It's repetitive, it's stupid, it's so much downtime. I like, you talk about downtime on that, like, that's so, like, you feel so accomplished when, if you got everything else done, like, while, like, you get up to that point, and then you're like, this is what the Easter egg is right now. Like, I feel like once you interact with the computer, it wouldn't be bad if it had that much downtime, but if you interact with the computer, it should almost tunnel vision your guy, and the zombie should, like, either just be brain dead and just stand there, or it should run away. Or despawn. I hate the moon Easter egg. I don't disagree with that. Like, I wouldn't say I hate it, but I think it's overhyped because, as we mentioned a little, like, literally previously, people are tunnel visioned on the fact that you get switched with Samantha's soul and blowing up the earth. But if you zoom out of the Easter egg and look at all the other pieces, you have an RNG nightmare of an Easter egg and steps that just don't feel good, if that makes sense. Like, and I'd like to talk about, like, Shangri-La, because it's like, yes, we only played it a couple times, like, for the stream purposes of during this challenge series, but, like, Shangri-La had some interesting and in-depth steps, right? Call the Dead, you talk about, like, in-depth, like, the dial steps, you had the foghorn, basic things, but things that you had to be interactive with, and, like, constantly going. And yeah, you could pretty much get it all done in pretty much one round, but it was like, if you knew what you were doing, it was great. If you didn't, you were struggling because you're like, what is this? How does this work? Especially with the dials. You go from that to Shangri-La and then Moon. Moon has the wow factors. I like the map. Interesting. That's an interesting concept there. That's the first time I think I've heard people say that, where they hate the Easter egg, but then like the map. Normally it's, the map's okay, but the Easter egg is good. Like, I play it for the Easter egg mainly, but the map itself is, it's okay. But to actually like the map, I don't know about that. By the way, right now we are pretty much grading the maps. We have 3 categories, 1 or 2 of which we'll grade today, and then once we're done with the challenges and stuff throughout the week and maybe a couple weeks, we'll give it the final grade, or final grade for the final category. The current grade we're talking about is the atmosphere / Easter egg portion. which all these scores are out of 100 each like category. And then the gameplay perspective, again, another score that's out of 100. And then the final category is the challenges / just the fun and enjoyment of doing the challenges on Moon or on the specific map. Another one that's out of 100. That's kind of what we're talking about here. That's why we did play a full match of Moon. I think we played for a little over an hour doing the Easter egg. Ended up dying just because we suck, apparently. But now we're just kind of talking and getting our final ratings of the map before we continue on with challenge series and stuff in future streams. So, kind of forgot where I was talking about here. I know we were still on the atmosphere and Easter egg. Then, you mentioned that you like the map and stuff. So, I think the Easter egg, I feel, if you give and take a lot of things, I think it's kind of mid. At best, right? There is a cool ending, a cool, I guess, middle portion, if you would say. There's a couple cool steps, but it's kind of mid. Because of the steps. And we'll talk about gameplay in a second here, but it's not a map that's necessarily enjoyable to play, and the Easter egg makes it you don't even need to open up the whole map. You don't even, because again, the biodome has nothing to do with the entire Easter egg, and you don't need anything else other than just a good weapon to kill zombies. And oh yeah, you need the zap gun. QED is Gersta, but yeah, you need all that crap too. But I don't know. There's a weird balance of there's some cool, amazing things, but then all the little stuff. Are there memorable places in Moon? Not really. The view's nice. The biodome should be a little bit more excitement, but it's really bland. Because there's nothing really. It just feels the same every corner that you run in the biodome. When you run through the facility, it feels the same. Again, the pyramid and Area 51 are the only two big things, and then the view, right? So you talk about atmosphere. Well, yes, there's atmosphere, but only when you're on Area 51, technically. But the surroundings and everything, it's kind of things balance out in a way. Where do I compare it to the other maps, though? Because a lot of maps struggled with atmosphere, especially early on Black Ops 1. Later Black Ops 1 with Call to Den Shangri-La, they got a couple hits here, right? So, kind of for, I guess, retrospective in a sense, Kino got a 46 out of 100 for atmosphere in the Easter egg. 5 got an 89, Ascension a 42, Call the Dead got an 86, Shangri-La got a 76. Here's where I'm thinking Moon lies. Right next to Shangri-La. And there's a reason for this, right? So, Shangri-La is a map that it's a beautiful map. If you look outside of it and all that, even inside the initial spawn of it, it's beautiful, but everything kind of just looks the same, feels kind of the same. There's a couple tunnels and stuff that again you just kind of run right by because it all feels the same. The underground passage just kind of feels. There's some nooks and crannies that are interesting, but for the most part, it's a beautiful map and color. But there's nothing great about anything. And I feel the same with Moon, is the outside of it and the principle of everything feels great. But it's kind of lackluster when you look in depth in a lot of things. And then you get into the Easter egg, which again, Shangri-La, love the Easter egg. Great Easter egg. Hate that it's a 4-player Easter egg, but, it is what it is. Moon, again, has a little shaky Easter egg, kind of if you compare needing 4 players on an Easter egg to some shaky steps and bad RNG. it kind of makes it to where you would like to have other people play with you, because if one person gets Gersh devices and one person gets QEDs, at least you know you're set and you're all good to go, apart from max ammos and stuff. So I think they're in around the same part. Now here's the difference. Shangri-La sets the stage for a lot of this stuff. Call of the Dead, I think, just had great design for an Easter egg, but it was like, okay, you get the goldenrod, right? But people are like, cool, we got the goldenrod, but we don't really know what it's gonna do or anything like that. Shangri-La said, there's going to be we're doing Easter eggs here, right? If you buy this map, like, the gameplay is gonna be terrible. You know, you're not gonna play Shangri-La to enjoy Shangri-La. You're gonna play Shangri-La to do this Easter egg, and you're rewarded for it. You know, like, this is a great Easter egg. It's fun. You feel accomplished when you complete the Shangri-La Easter egg. With Moon, you kind of want to cry in a way. The sound of when the rockets are like going to the moon, and then you're just like, you know, there's like that little like dull like just do with the piano and stuff in the background, and it's like do, and it just kind of goes quiet, and then the whole like Earth just explodes, right? And I think that's your reward. Like, your reward, like, you were helping Richtofen throughout all this. You get props for being the last map of a kind of shaky Black Ops 1. You went from World at War, where not a lot of people knew about what zombies was, what the gameplay is. Like, it was all kind of central on the gameplay, really. No one really cared about atmosphere. They just wanted to shoot zombies and hope it's a good time. To this, blowing up the Earth, right? Like, you said, how are we going to finish Black Ops 1? And that's what you did. You have to get props, right? How much props do I give you for that? Do I bring it into the 80s? And I would say yes, but I'm not going any higher than 80. It's getting an 80. 80 is what Moon delivers. An 80 out of 100. For reference, Call of the Dead, because I know we mentioned Call of the Dead and Shangri-La in this kind of talk here. Call of the Dead got an 86. Reason being, I think better Easter egg steps. You get a device that literally is capable of switching two souls that we would soon learn about, but you have a cast of, at the time, very popular actors that you're playing as while helping your original crew. You have Easter egg steps, especially in co-op, I should specify, that are crazy to, like, when you're first trying to figure them out, but I guess easier when you know what you're doing, right? It's a I would almost say Call of Duty is a perfect Easter egg, right? Other than just the craziness of what happens at the very end of it. Even though you get the Wunderwaffe from Richtofen, which is, again, crazy. And then afterwards, when George dies, he gives you the Wunderwaffe going forward. It's a small little thing of that Richtofen wanted to mass produce the DG2, and Max is like, no, you need, or I had to flip that. The fact that Richtofen didn't want to really mass produce, but it was kind of his weapon. Like, he made the DG2, and Max was like, great, mass produce that, and Richtofen's like, no, teleportation's the way that I think win the war. And it kind of throws that kind of back in the loop of just the Wunderwaffe, and you're like, when was the last time we saw the Wunderwaffe from Call of the Dead? Oh yeah, all the way back in Der Riese, where technically, I guess, all began. Where if you look back at, oh no, this is just the regular Giant, but Reawakened Return Facility, where it all began. Strike at the zombie scourge. Obviously, that's the Giant, but kind of seeing chillingness that that like what's it called? That Doris had in the way of that little line there, little description. But you get a nice little throwback to it. Again, it's not an over the top reward or anything like that, but just the steps and everything I think are great. I don't think Moon had the best thing with that. And again, all you need from the box in Call of the Dead is the VR11, a wonder weapon that's literally designed for the, like, it has other purposes, but it's mostly designed for the Easter egg, which I love. Moon, you have 3 pretty much wonder weapons, being Ghost Device, QEDs, and the wave gun. The wave gun you never really feel like you use to its full potential. Like, really? Like, that's what you have? Like, you literally have to shoot a satellite with this thing and that's it? You should have to shoot, like, 4 satellites with it, and, like, in order or something. Like, and it has to be, like, from a distance, too, so you have to aim and all that. Or redirect the ray of it from the satellites. Like, maybe you gotta use the zap gun to, like, turn the satellite. Like, yeah, like, okay, how cool would that be, though? Okay, like, hear me out here. Like, how cool would that be of, like, you see, like, a panel on the satellite dish, or even the panel itself on the satellite dish, and you have the zap guns, and you shoot them, and they have to, like, maybe turn, 3 directions. They have their middle spot, they turn this way or turn that way, right? You zap them until they get to the position they need to align with the next one, and it bounces off them. And in order to test it, you can shoot the zap gun, and it would redirect, and you can say, oh, I need to move it a little bit more right or left, whatever it might be. And now I know this one needs to align with that to redirect it over back this way. That would be awesome. But instead, you just gotta shoot a satellite once. There's no, like, cool animation with it. It's just to shoot the thing off the satellite, and you keep going. Like, crazy. I almost want to give it a lower score now that I even just mentioned that. But I think we stick with an 80 for Call of the Dead atmosphere and gameplay setting. So, right now, we have a map that is high up there in this portion of it, where it ranks currently. Before we even talk about the gameplay and give that a score, let's just talk about where it ranks right now. It is 3, 4. It is the 5th. Did I count that right? 6th map right now. If we add up the totals of these other maps right now, of what they got from an atmosphere and Easter egg perspective, this is kind of where we're at right now. Noct was at a 92, Verrucht an 89, Shinonuma a 73, Giant and Doris an 84, Kino was a 46, 5 and 89, Ascension was a 42, Call of the Dead at 86, Shangri-La 76, and Moon at 80. If you guys want to see where we got those numbers, go to the very first stream of those streams, or when we started these challenge series. We gave a ranking at the end of the video for all of these. If you want to know why we gave them a certain ranking and stuff, you feel free to do that. So Moon kind of is right in the middle of the map right now, or like right in the middle of maps, which again I don't disagree with when it comes to an Easter egg and atmospheric setting. Like, I think there's maps that did it better. I think there's maps that definitely did it worse, and way worse than it. And I agree with that. Because, to be fair, with Ascension and Kino being under 50, for the most part, they've gotten it right when it comes to atmosphere. And I didn't really think about it with Black Ops 1. I always felt like everything was kind of dullish and not good, other than Shangri-La. But really in-depth diving in about the atmosphere, what atmosphere really is on the map, and the Easter egg being a component with it, but also not being the defining moment of the map as well, I think really kind of made these scores, I would say, legit. Like, okay, I know we gave the Giant a higher score than Moon. What did the Giant do better, right? The fact that Pack-a-Punch is this towering, like, I always like to compare some of these maps to their main component, right? Again, we'll talk about the pyramid, the MPD of Moon, and the Pack-a-Punch machine on the Giant or the Reese. We'll just keep calling it the Giant just because that's the first thing that comes in my mind, right? I think it's even. So, look, here's the difference, right? So Moon gives you this perspective of things, while the Giant and even Doris gives you the perspective of this massive machine that's chilling in the middle. Not only is it in the middle of the map, it's literally at spawn, right? So your main component, the thing that you want to say, this is what we're working for right now, is literally at spawn on this pedestal, literally, and looks just massive. Like, this has power. While, again, we mentioned that MPD is kind of tucked in the corner. There's junk all around it, dirt all around it. It doesn't look powerful. Again, and if anyone's, I see there might be a couple people in here. Just put this out. I'm just putting this out there again. How would you guys feel if you turn on power, right? Yeah, you kind of see a little bit of a pyramid. You're like, what's that? You turn on power, you get past all this junky generators and stuff that the power's attached to, and you turn that little corner, right? We're gonna go back down for Moon here. But you turn that little corner of like where all the generators are, you know, like, so power's in the middle here. There's all the generators that it's attached to. You turn on power, you go around the generators, and you go from this dirt to all of a sudden the dirt stops, and there's a perfect, like, lining of just pure black, like shining black, almost like glass, that's just like covering the entire floor, right? And on that glass is the MPD. It literally looks like there's not a speck of dirt on that glass. It's like perfectly clean, right? So you go from all this junkiness to, you know, all these barrels and everything and spawn, there's just junk everywhere, to you get down here, you turn on power, again, kind of junky, there's dirt, you know, everywhere, rocks, all that stuff, and you turn this corner, and not saying the whole room, but in that corner is just a perfectly, like, blacked out floor, and it just looks clean. Like, almost like why is this thing that clean? You look around, there's dirt, you know, junk metal everywhere. Why is by this pyramid, or, you know, soon to be known as MPD, why at this MPD is there nothing? There's not a speck of anything around this thing. Why? It breeds curiosity. It's like, whoa, this thing must be crazy. Or there's something in here or around here that's keeping kind of maintenance with this thing. Like, there's no way that it just stays this clean. That would be so much better than you just running right past it half the time because it looks just like the rest of the map. Other than the fact it's four triangles on top of a square. Like, there's no other difference with it than the rest of the map. I just think that would be a better component. And literally for that reason is why I think Moon deserves less than Doris of the Giant. Because, like, the main point of the map literally is tucked in a corner and doesn't breed any kind of curiosity. I mean, it breeds a little curiosity just because it's a pyramid in the middle of this room, but it doesn't bring a power force to it. You know, it doesn't do that. Like, it doesn't, like, you don't turn that corner and you're like, whoa. Like, what's that? You walk the corner and it's like, oh, there's a pyramid. Okay. Neat. Wonder what it does. Like, you kind of, you're not like, oh my god, like, that's crazy. No, there's nothing like that. So I think that's rational for the 80. We get to the gameplay, and I feel like I've talked a long time already, but again, we have to talk about this too. And we're going glasses off here for this. Because there's a lot of things with the gameplay, and this does not have to deal with anything with the Easter egg anymore. This is strictly, I want to play the map, right? There's a few training spots, which again, I appreciate. They're somewhat difficult, mostly because of the zero gravity. But for the most part, training and stuff, I guess you can still like get to decent high rounds with just training, all that stuff, which I appreciate, right? So, as far as high round, things like that, there's ways to do it because of just the map layout, right? Or not so much map layout, the areas layouts. So that's like plus. That's better than Shangri-La at least, right? Let's talk about some of the components with it, though, right? Because again, you spawn in an Area 51, right? And for this, we are literally just going to be talking. We're only going to bring up Little Timmy once, meaning you're playing co-op. Little Timmy is a defining factor in our series because he brings up some very bad points for maps. Little Timmy and you are playing, and you run to the teleporter. You know, you guys both were helping each other knock out zombies. You run to the teleporter. Little Timmy stays behind because he wants to train up more zombies, because he wants more and more points, because he wants to hit the box forever. Little Timmy goes down, and we mentioned this before. You have to wait for him to bleed out for you then to teleport back to the moon. Or teleport to the moon, not back to the moon. Stupid concept. Like, stupid concept that's even a thing. So, from now on, we're just going to be talking about solo, right? So you spawn in, you can get kind of however many points you want, however much, like, in different ways, all that stuff. You can pack a punch before round 1, you can get jug / speed cola before round 1, you can kind of set yourself up for the game you want. I appreciate that. I think there could have been a better element for co-op, but we're going to bypass that section of it, just for time's sake, honestly, and my own sanity, because I would give this a 0 out of 10, or 0 out of 100, if it was co-op, and that was literally, if they did anything else kind of worse, that thing in itself is a total game breaker, because you literally can lose before round 1, all because Little Timmy wants 5 more points, and then tries knifing the zombie. The zombies get stronger when he tries to do that, and they all one-hit him and dies. Or doesn't die, goes down, and now the rest of your team is screwed. That is a game-breaking mechanic. And it's not as though he goes down, and now everyone else can teleport and he insta-dies. No, that's not how the game works. It's he goes down, and now he has to bleed out. He has to literally, his body literally has to atomize itself into existence, or out of existence, and then all 3 of you, or 2 of you, or 1 of you, however many people you're playing with Little Timmy, have to be back on that teleporter to teleport out. That is stupid. Very dumb mechanic. And again, they could have done it so many different ways. We mentioned a few different ones while we were talking about this and all that. So we're not going to overly repeat ourselves with it. But that, like, it goes from, this is a great spawn room, and I love the idea. I love being able to pack punch, get jug, all this stuff, get so many points, I can buy the whole map. A amazing, powerful idea solo. And even with friends, too. Even with friends, as long as they're good. And not Little Timmy. To the absolute worst case scenario of you dying before round 1. That is a large... And there's no in between. There's no in between. You get a little bit more than what you do on any other map. If you even take out 1 zombie. Even if you shoot 1 zombie, don't kill him, get 10 more points, and then just teleport, you are technically better off than you were in any other zombie experience, because before round 1, you gained 10 points, right? That concept, really good. Little Timmy and friends not teleporting with you and ruining your entire chances of even getting to round 1, very bad. No in between. That's not good. Like, that, I think, cancels itself out, almost. Like, I love the fact being on Area 51. Again, this isn't atmosphere, though, so we're not even talking about that. We're talking main gameplay-wise. Terrible. Great polar, like, on a polar scale, great, very bad. Middle, 0 points across the board on that. So let's talk about Moon. Area 51 done. Well, we'll actually come back to Area 51. Well, we didn't get jugged, so we have to actually come back to Area 51 twice, but we'll get to that. If you understood that reference, hit that like button. So, you spawn into Moon, right? You can instantly die if you don't realize you have to pick up a astronaut helmet. Cool concept, I get it. Like, you need an astronaut helmet. But we're not going to go through an entire Moon gameplay, because I think that's just repetitive, right? We're going to talk about some big factors here, okay? And big factors, I mean game-breaking factors of everything. So, we're going to just talk about some big points, you know. First one, I want to start off with a great positive, the wave gun or zap gun. Fit the map beautifully. I like that it literally, like, it looks cool, like, it sounds cool, the dings, even the zaps are cool. Like, great. Like, A+. Like, I think for Black Ops, other than 5 and Kino, I would say every other map, like, since 5 and Kino, their wonder weapons fit them perfectly. And I love it, right? Moon, obviously no exception. I think Gersh devices don't need to be on the Moon. I think QEDs should have just replaced anything for that. But it's a cool little fun gadget that has various options with it that can do a lot of different things, and it's whatever, right? It's a cool alternative thing that I wish they just stuck with that and did some cool things with that. And the hacker, instead of bringing back Gersh devices. But while we were on the topic, let's talk about the hacker, right? A great thing for poor people, really. I mean, you can hack doors to make them cheaper. You can hack perks, to make them cheaper. You can, hack the box for another spin at it, like for cheaper. All these cool things. You can hack the excavators. We'll get back to the excavators here in a second. Such cool things, right? That for whatever reason, I don't really want to put my wallet on stream, but let's just say this is the hacker, right? A phone. Okay? This is a hacker. I'm trying to think of like an analogy here. Do I have like a... I'm trying to just look around here. Okay. I guess this is a blanket, right? This is a blanket. I'm just gonna wear the blanket real quick. I can hold the phone while also having the blanket on. So why? Like, so I don't understand it. A hacking device that you hold in your hand, right? Or you can put in a pocket that I'm assuming your spacesuit probably has. Why do you have to take off a helmet to hold a hacking pad? You shouldn't. That's I'm kind of skipping all the questions here and the pausing and strategic pausing and all that stuff, is the answer to all this crap is no. It shouldn't be it. You should be able to pick up this hacker while having a freaking spacesuit on. You know, like, it makes no sense to why can you even take off the spacesuit? You shouldn't have to do that. Or it would be a cool idea if these excavators that we talked about were a thing. So excavators, again, passing right over the hacking thing, right? The excavators, another external thing that every certain amount of rounds, they decide to block an entire path, and if you don't pay attention, you can run through a door and instant die? No. Who let that one pass? Oh, but the only way you can do it is if you find this stupid hacker, run all the way across the map to then hack these things, and then they'll just come back after a while? That sounds fun. No. The only spot that makes sense and make it seem okay is the biodome. Again, a spot that you don't need to open up or anything like that for Easter egg or anything like that. But if the excavators only cause decompression, right? I think once you turn on the power, the whole facility, you should be able to take off your spacesuit or space helmet and play normally. It recompresses the environment and pretty much should make you play boots on the ground, no anti-gravity. Almost like a massive, technologically advanced research facility that I thought we were at that can make things decompression. But whatever. So whatever reason you need this hacking device, take off your spacesuit to run all the way across the sun. The excavators are just stupid. If they did a spot on the map that, like, it literally should just be the roof. And I think there should be more of a serious consequence, because I don't understand the fact of these excavators coming in, destroying the roof, meaning decompresses the situation, and then you hacking a device to raise it, leaving the facility, and it's saying, we're all good. It's recompressed. It just destroyed the roof. How is this not? How is it okay again? It shouldn't be. So again, the excavators, they should have changed it. It's a stupid mechanic. They could have left it out. And it would, like, Moon would be so much better if they left it out. 100%. We get to, what's another crappy mechanic? Oh yeah, you have the astronaut that doesn't give you, I think it gives you the same points as if you kill a zombie with a shotgun, I think, because I think we got like 70 points whenever we killed that guy. So it gives you pretty much no points, no power up. The only cool thing about him is his name's red and it has somebody on your friends list. That's about it. Other than that, it's a waste of space, waste of a boss zombie. And then the other boss zombie is literally a repeat from 5 and Kino, the Nova Crawlers, but wait, they teleport, so they're even more annoying than they were in the other ones. That at least like Kino, they were at least useful because they could take out hordes. 5, they made sense because it's literally this underground, like, just madness, and it makes you not want to go down there ever again. Like, it's like it brings a fear factor in 5, and it's just an annoyance in Moon. So why do they bring them? They don't drop anything. They're literally just annoying, and they're only at one spot of Moon. If they were in other spots, I would say, okay, kind of like neat in a way, but they're not. They're literally in just one little spot that make no sense. What else is stupid about Moon? The zero gravity, I mean, it's kind of expected. Again, I think a cancelization of it's stupid, but it makes sense for the map. Oh yeah, there's one mechanic that we have talked about. It's the Speed Cola Jug trade-off. That every time you go back to Earth, the perk machines switch. So if you spawn, when you spawn in over there in Earth, you get Jug. The next time you visit, you get Speed Cola. Meaning if you go down, you have to go back twice to re-get that perk. Whether it's Speed Cola or Jug. You know, and either way, I think it's stupid. Just keep... I think it would have been better if they maybe put Quick Revive right there. And then inside Spawn... Or maybe there's nothing in Spawn. Maybe then you just spread out Jug and everything else somewhere else. You don't need Jug or Quick Revive in Groom Lake. I think that's stupid. Pack Punch being there, I like it. Another bad feature is the fact you need every player back on that. I think that's stupid. I don't know. I think it was more so the capabilities of Black Ops 1 back then. But then again, like, you could teleport somebody from Kino to a random little room. I just think after the initial time at Groom Lake or back at Earth, you spawn back at over there, and it's literally just like you run, you pack punch, you maybe grab a perk, and then you have like a certain time frame before and I don't think that the next time you go back there, the zombies shouldn't give you points. I think that's another thing. So you literally want to get in, maybe a small horde comes after like 30 seconds or something like that, and then after that there's literally nothing else to do. Like, I think there should just be almost like a time limit of just like, okay, like you get in, do your thing, and now it's like area closing down or something like that, and it forces the player to hurry, get back, and then like you teleport back. I don't think there should have been an exact oh, let's all teleport to this place just for, again, being so chaotic and stuff. The Pack Punch location itself kind of sucks because the zombies get in on 3 different sides. It's literally in the middle of the whole thing. Like, it's pretty bad if you think about it. So, Pack-a-Punch went from a thing of, oh, this is pretty neat, to, again, Kino, you were safe doing it. 5, you were safe for a brief time. Ascension sucked because you had pretty much 3 passages, 2 barricades on each side, and then zombies behind you. Call of the Dead was, you could be in a good spot, but you could also really be in a bad spot, just depending on the round and situation. But overall, I think Call of the Dead had maybe the best, or I would say Kino had the best Pack-a-Punch, but then I think Call of the Dead had the second best Pack-a-Punch for being in the different locations. Shangri-La had an awful Pack-a-Punch. We talked about that plenty. And Moon does kind of the same thing with being on the teleporter pad thing, where you need all your players on there. Meaning to get, this is the worst one. This is honestly the worst one. We're going to bring back little Timmy again. Again, I know we said we weren't going to really bring up co-op, but we have to bring it up to this point. You and little Timmy are playing, right? You spawn in at first, and, let's just say you didn't get Jug first. Or, better yet, let's do it. Let's do the scenario this way. You spawned in, you got Jug. Like, Jug spawned in, but you both were just like, you know what? Timmy listened, or kind of knew what he was doing, got in a teleporter, you teleported, right? You have enough now to, okay, I want to go back and I want to get Jug. I might not have enough to Pack-a-Punch, but I want to get Jug. So you jump down on the teleporter, try and get little Timmy's attention. Little Timmy doesn't want that. He doesn't want a Pack-a-Punch yet. He doesn't want Jug yet. He feels fine, whatever. He's living life. He wants more points. He doesn't want to go until he wants to pack punch and get Jug, right? Now you go down. Because, again, Moon, Black Ops 1 Moon, pretty difficult. It's, you know, you have Black Ops 1 guns. They suck. Oh, you ran out of ammo. There's a lot of different ways you... Or, better yet, Astronaut grabs you, blows you up, you die. Right? Little Timmy can't get to you because he sucks. So you bleed out. So now Little Timmy says, I want to get Jug. So he teleports back there. And I messed up the story at the beginning. You had Speed Cola at the start of the map. So Little Timmy goes back. And now he pack-a-punches. And he grabs Jug. Right? So Little Timmy's set. Little Timmy has his packed weapon. You know. And then he also got Jug. So he teleports back. And now you spawn back. And now Little Timmy goes silent. He doesn't want to go back to Pack-a-Punch because he has his packed weapon. He doesn't need to go back for... Or, better yet, he says, alright, let's go. So you go back with him. He grabs Speed Cola. Now Little Timmy has all 4 perks. He said he got double tap. He had, I don't know, stamina, Jug, and Speed Cola now. You still need Jug because you went back to Area 51 and now it's Speed Cola, so you need to go back again. But now Little Timmy's set up. He has no reason to go back to Area 51. He's just going to waste his ammo. He's not going to get anywhere further on round. And he doesn't need anything there. He has his packed weapon, and he's perfectly fine with it. Right? He has his packed wave gun. He's just training around, shooting zombies once, being happy in life. But you need Pack Punch, or you got Pack Punch already, but you need, maybe you want to pack your other weapon, but more importantly, you need to go back and get Jug. But Little Timmy, literally, because of you, the fact you need another player to go back again, just to get a perk, is a stupid mechanic. And the way that it flips that way, I think is even worse. It's one thing if you have to teleport here to get Jug and Pack-a-Punch. It's another thing the fact that you have to go twice to experience Speed Cola and then Jug. I think the only way this could be worse is if it was randomized. You could either get Speed Cola or Jug, and it randomly selected one of them and it could be the same thing, whatever. I think that would be the worst case scenario for this situation, but like I think that's how you can make it worse. But there was so many ways to make this idea better, and they just said, nah. They said this was their first idea, and they're like, that's pretty bad, Jerry. You know, like, have you seen some of the Pack-Punch ideas we've had in the past? Like, this is pretty, or even perk layouts, all that stuff. Like, why don't we just keep all this stuff at the main map? Nah. You know what? We're not only going to have one perk there. Let's make it the most important perk for Black Ops 1, being Jug. And then, let's alternate Speed Cola and Jug. Because really good players, like, they knew Speed Cola was, like, a great perk, right? But Jug was more important about like, anything. So let's make the 2 most important perks be over here, and you need every single teammate in order to get there. Jerry, you are promoted. You know what? Take my job as CEO. Jerry, you are a genius. Worst idea ever, but like it's so out there. Like we talk about thinking outside the box. You did that. It's the wrong box. Like it's the wrong planet. But you thought out of the box, and I have to, like, gotta give some credit with it, I guess. I don't know how that passed. So we talk about gameplay, and it's Shangri-La, easier, but with Ascension mechanics? Is that right? Maybe 5 mechanics in there? I'm thinking like between in the 30s and 40s for gameplay right now. And I think the issue with it is, so you can go all game without really having to deal with QEDs. You can kind of go without dealing with the Nova crawlers, kind of. Like, you don't have, like, you might have to deal with them once or twice, but for the most part, you can run by them. Hello! He's, I don't know. Something's shush. How you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream. Also, thank you for the like, whoever that was. Sin? Oh. HX Sin Shush? The name Sin. Well, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream. We are currently grading Moon right now. We already did the Atmosphere and Easter egg grade. We gave it an 80 out of 100. The gameplay right now, we are determining if it's in the 30s or if it makes it to the 40s right now. Black Ops 3, I love it. You already know, my man. We've been doing zombies challenges for a hot minute now. We went from all the way from Nocturne Totem, and we made our way all the way through to now Black Ops 1, where we are on the final map right now. If you love Black Ops 3, my man, it's going to be a while till we get there, but we did play a lot of other Black Ops maps as well as World at War maps. So if you do like zombies in general, you're playing without inviting me. Man, I just met you. I just met you, my man. I've never seen this man once my entire life. That man saying, "Where's my invite?" I don't even play with my own friends on these things. Man's asking for an invite of no invitations allowed. Good to play with viewers. I have done that before. I have done it before. Issue is there's a few issues with it for me right now being a smaller channel. And it's something I do want to do later. I just feel like if it was more of a randomized kind of thing, like, I hate to say it this way, but if you wanted to play with me, there would probably be maybe a few other people that might be like, I would play with them. And therefore, we would play literally a 4-player zombie map of random people. However, if I had 100 people saying, I want to play with you, it makes it more of an exciting randomized chance. Rather than, hey, I came in, I want to play with you, we play. That's about it. You know, like, that's how I feel about that situation. Is I don't have a lot of time to necessarily stream all the time. So when I do stream, and like with a kind of a stream like this, I have I know how much time I have to stream. So like I'm not really on a time frame right now. So, but a lot of times I'm on a time frame. So it's like if I'm trying to play with people and there's issues, something like that. There's a lot of things with it that mess up those kind of situations, but it's something that further down the line, if we continue to grow as a channel, something I would love to do. As far as getting back to Moon, it's a tough one for me because I look at, so 5 and Kino had a 42 out of 100 for gameplay, and 5 had a 43, literally 1 point more than it. But I look at 5 and I talk about kind of the, I guess, unfairness and how you have to play it in a sense. And it kind of reminds me of Moon in a way, only you mix Moon or 5 and Kino with the kind of a splash of easiness with it. I think better yet, you would almost put Ascension and 5 together. Well, I guess that's right where we were at. A 35 for Ascension gameplay, and 5 was 43, right? So you're kind of sandwiched in between there. I don't think it's better than 5. And the reason being is, so you have the Pentagon Thief that's pretty, you can't really avoid him, right? But there's a tactic to avoid him by using Mustang and Sally's. It's annoying that you have to use them, but it gets the job done. But you can always have them on you while you use any other weapon, right? Moon, on the other hand, you have to replace the thing that saves you from breathing in space, being your spacesuit, to switch with this hacking device that you need to run all the way across the moon, all the way across the map to hack this thing to just reset it, essentially. That's stupid. Excavators, again, should not be part of the map. If they are, they shouldn't, like, block don't look at game. Who are you? Don't click circle. Why are you in my lobby, my man? I done click circle. I don't appreciate you coming in here. Why are you still in here? You ruined it, man. Whoops. Who's that? It's you. I see that. But now, we don't even look at the moon anymore. That's creepy, man. Don't know what you just did there. But now we're just in this screen. You ruined looking at moon for everyone now, man. Hee hee hee. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But now we're in this. So now you get to look at the Black Ops 3, man, while we talk about where we're gonna rank moon, my man. So, it made me lose my train of thought here. Sandwich in between Ascension and 5. Because you go from a crappy kind of thing with the Pentagon Thief, but at least he gives you a reward that's kind of worth it, in a way. I would argue it, but, like, it's a kind of cool trade-off of killing them, but then you can get a bonfire sale, all that stuff. And it's worse when it comes down to co-op and everything like that, but again, we're not really talking about that. But Moon, the astronaut, again, there's no way to just get a max ammo. The excavators don't provide you anything. Instead, they just take things from you for no reason. Also, I would almost... The only thing it has going for it on gameplay side of it is the fact that it has a wonder weapon. Kind of cool ideas that in or like thinking about it looks nice, but actually using them, like the QEDs and what is it? The hacker and stuff like that. They're cool ideas. Again, they're just not great in in working with it. I would love to use the hacker more, but it just doesn't. To replace your helmet and all that and run around and your guy coughing all every 2 seconds, it's just not fun. It's not a good gameplay experience. Screenshot? I don't know. Screenshot what? But I would say that this goes... We gave it a perfect 80 out of 100. Atmosphere and Easter egg. I would argue this gets a perfect 40. I think it goes right in between. Like, I don't think this deserves decimals. Sent you a screenshot on PS. Okay. We won't look at it on stream just because I don't know who you are, and I don't want it to be something crazy. So we're not gonna look at it on stream. However, with this, stream can't see it. Well, no, if I opened it up and everything like that. That's the thing. So this gives 120 out of currently 200, right? This would be the kind of equal. It'd be below Call of the Dead, below 5, But it would be the third best zombie map in CMPS app on your phone. When you check it, hide screen. Nah, man. Well, we're good. We might check it after stream, maybe. So you get that, right? 80-40. It is the third? Did I count that right? Third best map when it comes down to Black Ops 3. Or I'm sorry, Black Ops 1 maps. Top of it would be Call of the Dead so far, then 5, and then Moon, right? But there is that one other category that we will talk about when we finish the challenge series of the challenge and overall enjoyment of doing challenges for this map, right? So Moon potentially, like Shangri-La, it went down with the enjoyability of it. Plus side with Moon, we can actually do the Easter egg. We can actually do the challenges. You know, it's a game, it's a map that you can at least survive and keep going on the map. So we're going to be able to do stuff on it. Maybe this map can get into the 50s with the challenge series and all that. You know, and with it, it would probably, if it hits in the 50s, it might be better than, no, it still wouldn't be better than 5, but it would still hold up compared to other maps, at least. You know, and it would probably, it might take over a few other spots. Right now, it's only missing 80 points from it, and compared to other maps, it's pretty close right now. And it's kind of weird to think about, but I mean, you're probably like 20 points off from some of the original maps. I mean, Noct, for instance, was at 142 out of 200 points, kind of in the air there. You know, you're 20 points away from that. And to be fair, I kind of agree with it. Again, the way I always compare Noct is you play it once or twice and you kind of understand it, you get it, you might be sick of a couple things with it, and you're done. Moon's kind of the same thing. Normally the excavators and running around trying to find Jug and Speed Cola after the 20th time gets very annoying, and you get sick of it and you don't want to play it anymore. Very true. Very true. Or the little teleporting zombies ruin it for you as well. So, teleporting Nova Crawlers. That's what I was thinking about. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Again, Moon, kind of right now, dead center of everything. It's kind of going down a little bit with the gameplay right now. I mean, it started off strong, kind of like Shangri-La, but gameplay is not fully there. We'll see what it does throughout our challenge series. We'll more than likely be doing the 2-box challenge with the map maybe tomorrow morning. Maybe we might jump on that, but we'll see. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. If you guys can, hit that like button. Comment below the other challenges you guys want to see. Obviously, we have our own challenges that we are going to do and all that stuff. If you guys don't know any of the challenges or just want to watch some other videos in the previous videos and all that, you will see tons of other zombies challenges throughout World at War zombies all the way through to Black Ops 1 maps where we are at finally with Moon here. I think Shangri-La is the one that we only did literally one challenge on and was pretty much done with it. But every other map normally has a few at least challenge on them too. So if you like challenges, if you like zombies, all that good stuff, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out. And that's going to wrap it up. Peace out. Have a good night or a good morning, depending on where you're at. And I'll